My daughter called me late last night, just broken, in tears, just wailing. She's been working towards this really big goal. She's been facing a lot of, her mother and I were perfectly imperfect. She's got a lot of struggles to overcome, you know? If you've read my book and know my stuff, I was not the best father. And she's been working her tail off to overcome her parents' imperfections. And she's been trying to get this money by the end of the month. She needs $900, and she had racked up $350, and she called me just broken. She's like, Dad, I lost my wallet. I went to AutoZone, and I don't know what happened. I don't know where it is. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. What am I going to do? I have to have this money by the end of the month. And she went on and on for 5 or 10 minutes, and I went right back, and it wasn't there. And this just isn't even worth it. And for 5 or 10 minutes, she just wailed about how awful life was. And I just listened and just let her get it out. And I asked her, I said, are you willing to hear something? And she's like, yeah. And I said, I'm going to send you a video. And after you watch that video, I want you to call me back. And it was an inspirational video. And in the video, there's a portion from Rocky, you know, I can't remember, Rocky 20. There's been so many where, you know, he says that famous line, it doesn't matter how many times you get knocked down. What matters is how many times you get back up. And she called me back in a much better place. And she's like, I feel better now. And I said, Olivia, you're in that place. This is what happens when you turn your life around and you face those demons and those struggles, is your brain reorients because you're dropping the old person in you that would keep continuing the sabotage that your parents taught you and all the imperfections, the worst day cycle that keeps you repeating it, and you're confronting that. And so your brain gets haywire, and what that means is a lot of times your life gets worse. You have these tragic moments that don't make sense. But I'm really excited for you because what this tells me is you're this close. You're this close to discovering it. But it's new to you, and so it seems scary, it seems awful, it seems like it's the worst thing in the world and life is getting worse. And also our culture just really rewards the victim. I mean, look at what happens when our life goes bad. We post on Facebook, we expect government and everyone to rescue us. We really promote being the victim. And we never are, ever. We set up our life. And I said, I want you to think about another way of looking at this. What's a different way? Now that you get that you're not the victim, that there's a possible reason you lost your wallet and lost this money, what do you think it is? She got really quiet. And she said, you know, I was just there. Maybe I left on the car, it fell off, it dropped on the ground, I drove away and drove right back, and maybe somebody just walked right up, right in between and grabbed it. And I said, and why? Why do you think that would have happened? Why do you think it was that quick? She said, well, maybe they needed it. That's right. And I said, what would that mean? She goes, well, maybe they needed the money more. Yeah. See, you have a week, but maybe they needed the money today. And because you're on this journey and your brain's a little off, it made the perfect mistake and left a gift for somebody who needed it more than you did in this moment. Now, which choice do you want? That you're the victim and life sucks and everyone's out to get you and nothing works? Or you were perfectly imperfect and you left a gift for somebody who is in a worse situation than yourself? You tell me, which fits better? She's like, oh, the second one. I said, yeah. And we just sat there in silence. And then she said, it's coming back. It's coming back to me. And then she started to keep talking. I went, whoa, 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 stop. What did you just say? She's like, I don't know. And I said, think back. What was the first thing you said? She's like, I had to help her. And it's like, it's coming back to me. I said, look, Olivia, I've done this work for years. I have great ears. And when people are in this position, they take that victim role. Nobody ever says it's coming back to me. Olivia, that's your internal greatness. That's your knowing something's going to happen. You already know that the money somehow, some way, and that's the thing, when our life gets awful, we don't need to know how. We spend all our life trying to figure out how. No, that's a waste of time. We just have to trust the process. And when we learn the tools to flip our emotions and how we see life, and then we hear ourselves, like if she could have heard herself, but she's new in the process. She's learning to find her greatness and find her voice. And as she gets older, she'll learn, oh my God, it's coming back. She'll have known that her knowing is speaking to her. And she was like, well, kind of got off the phone. She was like, I need to internalize that and see if I can accept that. And I was like, that's fine. And 15 minutes ago, I get a phone call or a text message from her. She swore, I won't swear, it was adorable. She goes, it freaking came back. Some neighbors of her had found out about her situation, and they said, you have done so much in the last little bit, taking care of us and turning your life around. And they all chipped in and gave her the money that she lost. It's all coming back. And my response to her was, Olivia, I'm so proud of you. You're putting aside the imperfect messages and lessons you learned from your parents. And you're facing the fear. And you're starting to pursue your greatness. And what you're capable of. This shows you what you're capable of. You are so powerful. And you can come up with a solution to anything. And you're learning to find that voice. You're learning to find that peace we all have in us. Sorry. Probably should have not made this so personal. My point to you is this. When life gets awful, we have a choice. We can go back to the pain we learned in childhood, the role we were given by our parents, that I gave my daughter, that she had no choice. She had to do whatever I said or believed. I stripped her of her voice. I stripped her of her greatness. We can go back to that and play the victim and look for other people to fix it for us. Or we can go on the journey to heal that and reclaim ourselves. And we can allow that internal voice that would say, it's coming back. That's prophetic. My God, think of the power. A 23-year-old girl can come up with that. That tells you what we have, all of us have inside of us. So, if you're going through hell right now and it feels hopeless, flip it around. Look for the gift. There's a gift in everything. There's always an opportunity. Just keep going. Keep facing it. Keep turning towards it, whatever it is. We all know there's a piece we want to avoid, and she's battling addictions and all. Like, she's just going after it. And she didn't go back to the old medicative ways. She stuck to it. And it came back. And it'll come back for you too. It's available to all of us. So I hope that encourages you. We all have that power. We all have that knowing. Choose it. Choose to seek it. Have a great day.